Okay, for this lesson, you will need your red book open to page 15. Your cheat sheet can go over page 14 if you have a cheat sheet, and we're going to start with our 1-octave scale. Now, today, I am using my cornet. A cornet is a member of the trumpet family, and I'll show it to you next to my trumpet. Okay? This is actually the same amount of tubing wrapped in a different shape, right? So the trumpet is long and skinny in the wrapping, and the cornet is more of a compact, like circular wrapping. So that I feel like the trumpet is, the end of it is closer to me. This is a pretty special cornet. My grandfather bought this when he was deployed in the war in, it was after World War II, but he was stationed in Austria and in the early 1950s, and he bought this, and it turned out to be like a 1912 cornet. So this is over 100 years old. The insides have been fixed up real nice so that it still plays, but if you keep playing an instrument frequently, like you don't just leave it in the case and forget about it, you can play it for a really long time. So I'm going to use this today to play our scale. The rhythm for our scale today is going to be 1 T, no rests on every note of your 1-octave scale, as in T, 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 backwards. And you're going to try to do as many as you can in one breath. Bells, obviously that doesn't apply to you. Bells, I would like you to try to do double stops, as in B, B, C, C, D, D. Okay, so you guys try that. Everybody else, give me a foot check and a back check. And we're going to do our 1-octave scale, up and down, T, 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 T. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Cool. Now, if you want to try that again, I just did it in one breath. I didn't plan on doing it in one breath, but then I didn't need any more air. So if you would like to try to do it again, rewind or just pause and do it on your own, see if you can do it in one breath. We also need to review our minor scale because the song that we're going to play today is in minor. So make sure you have your minor scale handy, and we're going to play that a little later when we go into our book. Okay, now that we're finished with our scale, we need to open our red book to page 15. We need our cheat sheet over page 14, and of course you can always have a pencil. So the first thing we want to look at for page 15 is on the top. We already looked at slur. Now we need to look up pickup note. Okay, so let's see what it says. Pickup note is a note that comes before the first full measure of a piece of music. So that probably doesn't make much sense, so I drew a little something on the board that will help you. Okay, the pickup note can be in any time signature. We're going to talk about it in 4/4, but it can be any time signature. It can happen in any time signature. So let's check it out. Here's 4/4, and in 4/4 we have 4 quarter notes because there's 4 beats in a measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. It adds up to 4. Okay. A pickup note means it comes in before. It's like not a full measure. It could be, your pickup could be more than one note. In this book, it tells you it's one note, which is fine. So here's beat 1. That's like one note by itself. Then we have our 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And check out this measure. I see it only has 3. Here's the deal. If you have a note for the song that starts before the rest of the song, it's like, well, where's the rest of the measure? Every measure has to have 4 beats. Well, check it out. Here's one beat. The last measure always has to add up with the first measure to 4. So if we go 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh, why is it only 3? Well, because there's 4 and it was at the beginning. So that's how you will see a pickup note written, and we'll check that out when we look in the book. When you look at the last measure, you'll notice that it looks like one note's missing. Well, it's not. It's whatever. It's subtracted whatever's from the front. So the way we would play this, because if I usually count you off, 1, 2, ready, play. For this, you actually need to be playing on the word play, right? So I would say 1, 2, 3, play. Pick up note, Okay, so it's a little weird, but once you get the counting and you're over the fact that there's not enough like beats in each measure, pickup notes are nothing new, nothing hard to figure out. So let's check it out in our book right now. Okay, now we are ready to check out the song in our book that's going to use the pickup note that we just talked about, number 57, theme from Symphony No. 1 by Brahms. So if you think there's a lot of notes in this and you want to pause and write the letters in first, that's fine. This video is actually for flute, trombone, and bells because we all say the same notes, and I'll be playing flute with you guys. So I already see in number 57 that first B flat is all by itself, which means the last measure of number 57 will only have 3 beats because they have to add up to 4 altogether. So let's say the notes for number 57. If you want to pause and write them in first, that's fine, but let's say them together. Now, to all be saying them at the same time, we're going to say at the beginning 1, 2, 3, then we say B flat, because we can't say 1, 2, 3, 4 because B flat happens on 4. All right, so let's say some notes. I can tell already, and we had talked about this in a lesson a couple weeks ago, I can tell that this song is actually supposed to be really fast because scan your eyes through and look where the breath mark is. Now, bells, you don't have any breath marks, so you would have to listen to the track to figure out how fast it's supposed to be. But let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You're supposed to play 14 notes in one breath and then take another breath for the low B flat again. So that tells us that these notes would be going pretty quickly. They are not going pretty quickly right now. Okay, so let's say the notes for 57. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. B flat, E flat, D, E flat, C, B flat, E flat, F, G, G, E flat, F, B flat, E flat, D, E flat, C, B flat, E flat, F, G, G, E flat, F, E flat. Now a couple things. One, this song is in the key of E flat, so it actually uses the E flat scale, which we can't really play all the way through yet. So we're starting with getting to know the E flat scale, okay? The second thing I see, and for bells, you don't have slurs in your book, so you only have a tie. So if everyone could find the tie that they see in the fourth measure, you can put your finger right on it. It's an F tied to an F. Yes, that is an F for 3 beats. Bells, you don't have any other kind of marking but the tie, so we want to make sure that F is for 3 beats. Flute and trombone, we need to make sure we're actually slurring anything else, any curved lines that we see. So for bells, this doesn't apply to you, but for flutes and trombones, I'm just looking at the second to last measure where it goes F, G, G flat. So it would sound like when you need to tongue. Trombones, I agree. You have the hardest time with this because your arm has to move so fast on the slide. But flutes, you're just moving your fingers. But we want ta, ta, and then anything else that's slurred. So, of course, we don't try to do this. We don't have to try to do the slurs on the first take. You can just try to get your fingers or the right notes on the first take, and then you can add the slurs later if you think you can get them on the first time. We always do ties because ties are part of the rhythm, and we can do them easily. So everybody, we're not going at warp speed here. We're going at slow speed. If you'd like to try with the play-along track afterwards, I will leave that for you. So let's try. Remember, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, then you play the B flat for the first note. Okay? Here we go, number 57. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, so you can't see my fingers. Okay, here we go, 57. I need a foot check and a back check if you are playing flute or trombone. Bells, you should be standing up nice and straight with your hands. Left hand over B flat, right hand over E flat. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. along between the tonguing and the notes. Bells, you're going to need to look down at your hands a couple times to just make sure you're in the right position. Just try to make sure your sound sounds like my sound. All right, moving on to number 58. 58 is what you're going to record for me this week. And we need to review our C minor scale because this song is definitely in C minor. So before we play 58, let's remember our C minor scale. It's C, D, E flat, F, and G, just the 5 notes. So we're going to do a TT on each of those. C, C, D, D, E flat, F, F, G, G, and then we'll go backwards. So let's review our C minor scale. C, D, E flat, F, and G, T, T on each note. No rest or anything. So we'll go T, 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 all the way up to G and backwards. Here we go. 1, 2, C minor, go. Maybe you can even do that in one breath. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so let's look at investigate number 58. Show me with your fingers how many lines are in number 58. I see 2 lines. Okay? Also, I see a pickup note, right? The first note, G, is all by itself, which means the last measure will only have 3 beats, so they add up together. Okay? Let's say the notes for number 58. If you want to write them in first, that's fine. Pause and do that. Right now, we're going to say the notes. Here we go. We're doing the same thing. I'll say 1, 2, 3. You say that G on 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. G, C, C, E flat, E, E, F, 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 G. Rest. G, 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 C, C, E, E, D, G, C, G, next line, C, C, E, 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 F, 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 G, rest. G, 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 C, C, E, E, D, C. Okay, let's play. I think this song's probably kind of fast on the track. Actually, no, because they do put a rest where you could take a breath if you're blowing as your instrument, and there's a breath mark. For bells, I think you need to have your right hand over G, your left hand over C, and then kind of just move your hands up and down the scale as it goes. Let's try it. Here we go. This is what you guys are recording for me. I will leave you the track, but you don't have to record it with your track. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Next line. Rest. So what I notice is during the rest, you don't need to change notes because the note before the rest is a G and the note after the rest is a G. So that could help you. Okay? So this is what you're going to record for me, number 58. I can't wait to hear your recordings of Erie Canal Capers.